Yeah, that was the game right there, mate. I think that first 20 minutes certainly didn't surprise us with the energy that they'd start with. We knew they'd throw their eggs all in the basket of starting really fast and powerful, but we just compounded some of our negative play there, and unfortunately we got punished on the scoreboard. I just said to the boys there, sort of the old saying in footy that you can't win the game in the first 20, but you can lose it, and it was a classic example of that tonight.
The energy they started with, were you surprised at the lack of energy maybe you guys started with?
No, I said I wasn't surprised with the energy they started with. Mate, when you're putting pressure on yourself with compounding errors, it's hard to have that energy because you're getting zapped, you're getting drained pretty quickly defensively. We had that error that led to their first try. Then we kick off, we give them a penalty, try. Then we get a set, get the ball back, kick it 7 tackles, go down the other end, they get a repeat set, try. And there it is, 18-0. And then I'm making changes at the 20th minute because my middles they're just cooked. They're on the back foot, all game. Manly's average set gained in that first half was 53 metres, and the Sharks was like 35. We're just on the back foot, and then we're tired defensively, and they were doing a good job of holding down on the ground. The time on the ground was pretty slow, and ours was pretty fast, so we're losing a lot of tackles. And I think we finished the game with over 40 missed tackles, and Manly had less than half. So just the fatigue factor got into our game, and as I said, it's hard to have energy in that sort of environment.
Joey said in commentary in that first stint that it looked like your boys had been reading the papers throughout the week. Did you guys take them too lightly?
Oh, geez, I hope not. I certainly didn't see any of that. We've been pretty good the back end of the year, to be honest. We've been, we lost that 5th game in a row over in New Zealand, and to make the finals, we had to be pretty good. We had to win most of our games coming in. We won 5 from 7 and started to play some real good footy and backing up our performances, nice and consistent, playing tough. And there's just there's no room for that in finals footy. But I don't know, mate. You'd have to ask them. I was really disappointed with the energy that we showed up with, and it's a shame that in finals footy that you get out enthused, but we got out muscled as well, physically through the middle, and totally outplayed. Yeah, it's hard to answer that question right now. It's very, very disappointing. I said to the boys, it's hard for me to put a positive spin on it now, but I think when the dust settles, it's been a good year. It's not where we've been as a club, but we've never had this sort of adversity as a club ever before. We've had obviously my appointment and the change of coaching in February, a couple of weeks before the comp starts, is a massive disruption to the club before a ball's even kicked. And then we went through a shocking injury toll. I've never seen injury toll like it to play. Our top 5 or 6 players, the amount of games that they missed was just crippling. And out of that came some awesome opportunities for these young guys, and the debuts of Bronson Cherry and Britton Nakora, and bringing on young Brayley and Billy Magoulias and Braden Hamlin Ueli. There's been some great stories that come out of our year. And then we went through a crisis of goal kicking where, for I think 5 times this year we score more tries and get beat. We nail a couple of those goals, we finish in the top 4, and I'm not sitting here today in elimination final. That's just the blatant truth, So I think if a few things didn't, had a bit more luck throughout the year, where maybe we're in that top 4 and we're pushing for a preliminary final spot, but not to be. I said to the boys then, they've got to remember this feeling right now, because this is a missed opportunity. We end up getting our best team back on the park at the right time, but just didn't fulfil our potential. So I don't know, mate. I suppose it's I don't know what to think. It's good that we made the finals from where we come from, but we also could have done a lot more, and that hurts. Yeah, I feel pretty sad about that. I can only really say sorry to him. We deserve to send him out on a high. I was happy. As I said, I was happy the boys pulled together at the right time, and I really felt us building, to try and do something special for him. And we spoke about it a few times, but he deserved better than that. Just what he's given this club. The legacy he leaves this club. We're all better people for knowing Paul Gallen and having played with Paul Gallen, and I'm certainly going to be a better coach for having been able to coach Paul Gallen. So he's just his leadership, and he's the ultimate warrior, ultimate competitor, professional in everything he does. So we're certainly going to miss him on the field, and I just hope that the young boys can take a piece of Paul Gallen and keep that in their game, because he started that sort of physical, tough, gritty way. Gal started all that. And hopefully he leaves that with us, and we can continue that on to this next new era of all these young players coming through.
Was he 100% there in the second half, John? We just saw him go up the tunnel at one point, and he didn't get back on until.
Yeah, he actually pulled his calf a bit during the week, so he didn't do much at all at captain's run. So that was bothering him a bit going in, definitely. And I think he copped the whack on his shoulder as well. He's bleeding from the head, so he copped a bit of a battering there, but that wouldn't have worried him. But I wasn't really aware of any injury that sort of stopped him from, contributing on the field. But he did have a bit going against him in the background. But it's Paul Gallen. He's had that his whole career. He manages to push through it without saying much. So I'll probably find out now he's had a pretty decent injury that he was playing with. A calf injuries, they're never great. But no, he got on the field. He did a little bit of work in the captain's run, but I guess there was an element there that he was going to struggle with it, but I was never going to rule him out with it.
We've got a big off-season ahead here with, by the sounds of it, some roster changes, and when do you start that work, or has that work already started?
Yeah, it's kind of been there all year, really. It's been well documented that we've got some challenges around our salary cap, and we're working through that, almost daily. It's has been a huge challenge. That's another thing that's been a big challenge around our club this year that we've had to deal with, and it's been a challenge to keep the boys all focused. But, so we'll continue to work through it. Our recruitment and retention team are working really, really closely with that, and I guess we'll keep chipping away at that.
Get it done as quickly as possible, right? Just so you can...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that sort of clarity is good for everyone, all the players included. But as I said, we're working through it now, and we're doing our absolute best. And I guess this off-season allows us to ramp that up now. It's very hard to continue to do that and manoeuvre that when you're also trying to get players to get up for you on the field when some of their futures might be a little bit uncertain. So it's something we've got to get addressed, urgently as a club, so we can enter this pre-season, nice and stable in that area.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you.